Yeah, that's a really rare occurrence, but we've seen that once or twice. I don't know exactly what it is. Like the perfect timing, basically.
Hammerhead is such a good. Please hit that bolt.
AR. Oh, this is sick. Yeah, it's called Glute Protocol.
Really good protocol.
Save as custom mode.
That's
Yeah,
so
I don't
fun.
think we ended up doing it. I could be wrong. You might be right. I don't remember if we did. I don't think we did,
A CEO with like an actual job.
because I play this game for a living, basically.
Oh my gosh, wait, floor. Oh my gosh!
Hammerhead's overshoot.
What's up, Warp Ring? It's Sonic. If you're getting shredded by players like me who portal like it's their day job, you're gonna want to know about this mechanic that the tutorial doesn't really tell you about. The competitive players call it portal blocking. In SAR, portals normally overwrite each other, but portal blocking lets you lock down portals if you know what surfaces an enemy will use. You can use it to prevent flanks, but it's most useful for locking down an objective in modes like King of the Hill and Domination. There are a few different parts to this mechanic. The first part I'll explain is EMP grenades. In SAR, EMP grenades are an equipment option that disable portal surfaces for the enemy team. Once you hit a surface with an EMP, any enemy portals on it will be erased, and only your team will be able to use it for about 10 seconds. The area of effect also goes through all obstacles like walls, so you can disable a portal wall by just like hitting the other side of it. This is really useful for denying surfaces with multiple sides, like the cubes on a map like Abyss or Oasis. You will know when a surface is EMP'd for your team when you see electricity around the rim of the wall. When the other team EMPs it, it will show up as red. If you want to counter an EMP, your only options are to wait for it to fade or to use your own EMP. The other technique for portal blocking is called overloading. 1047 added this feature in closed tests about a month ago, and now they're pushing it to live for launch. Overloading was designed based on a technique that pros used in Splitgate 1. In SAR, you can overload a surface by placing both of your portals on the same wall. This will completely lock down the wall for both teams as long as both portals are there. Both portals have to belong to the same player. An overloaded wall will be red regardless of which team is blocking it. There are a couple of ways to counter an overload. The best one is to use an EMP, which will end the overload and prevent the enemy from placing portals again. The other way is to kill the player who placed the overload, but it will still be a few seconds before the portals retract and unblock the wall. You could try to wait for the player to move their portals, but there's no guarantee when that will happen. So now that we know how to use these two techniques, the question is, which should we be using? Both have strengths and weaknesses. EMP grenades are useful because they can block multiple surfaces at once. They can also negate an enemy's portal block, and they leave use of the wall open to yourself and teammates. The downside of EMP grenades is that they have a time limit, and they take up your equipment slot, which you could use for something else. You also have to throw them, making it harder to use and harder to land at long range, and they also have travel time. Overloading is super easy to place and can last as long as you're alive. It only requires your portals, no equipment needed, but it does require you to keep your portals there and blocks teammates from using it as well. The biggest disadvantage of overloading is that it only works on walls with enough space for 2 portals. Now, before I get into this next part. Next part. What the heck? You can play the game however you want. Just play it the way that's fun for you. But I do like to think about what the competitive meta will be like. Aside from maybe TDM, I think EMP grenades will be very meta. Teams will probably be running at least 2 players with EMPs, especially on King of the Hill. Even on maps without small single portal walls, EMPs will probably still get used in some cases alongside overloading to maximize coverage. That said, the value of EMPs has to be weighed against the value of other equipment. So some players will prefer to prioritize other utility, like your stim shot, your sticky grenade, your shock discs. But whether you're trying to rank up or just want to stop getting killed by flankers, I hope you found this video useful. Leave a like if you did and sub for more. Also, if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance I'm live at twitch.tv/warpsonicsg. So if you want to come support, that would be awesome. I'm going to be grinding as quickly as possible trying to get to top 100 rank. We will see how long it takes me, but I will probably still be at it when this video comes out. So feel free to drop in and say hi if you want to see some more high-level gameplay. I'd appreciate it a lot. Big thanks to ZaxMaxed for providing some footage for me. He's one of the most cracked players I know, so go ahead and check him out. See you later, Warp Ring.